Hey, welcome back to my channel, and I just wanted to come really quick and do an update on my breastfeeding experience thus far with Jackson and tandem nursing with Janess. So Jackson, he is 2 months and 2 weeks old. Janess, she is 2 years. She'll be 3 years in November. So I breastfed her for 2 years, and then I got pregnant with Jackson, and my milk supply dried up a little bit. Sorry, we're outside and she's back here playing a little bit. And so when she stopped nursing and he, was growing and everything, I figured, because it was a good 6 to 7 months where she had no breast milk at all, that she would totally be over it. But being with a new baby and he's nursing and everything, she wanted to start nursing as well. So in the hospital, Jackson and I did really, really good. He was having a lot of poopy and wet diapers, and we got home tons of poopy and wet diapers, but he had lost weight like most newborns do, and he just was not putting it back on. So of course, my pediatrician suggested that I supplement with formula, and I wanted to completely exclusively breastfeed him, and just being that I feel like I got gypped out of my birthing experience, this was like the last thing I felt like I could do, like as a woman, and I know that sounds really stupid. It was my ego and everything. So we had supplemented for a little while, and he was having tummy trouble, so I was like, no, I'm gonna exclusively breastfeed this boy. And so I took him off the formula, and still the same thing, he wasn't putting on any weight. So I decided to go see a lactation consultant at the hospital that I delivered, because a lady that I had worked with Janess, and I'll also link my breastfeeding experience with her down below, and I'll put a little card as well, so if you're interested in that experience, I will link that as well. The lady that I had worked with Janess, she doesn't live in the area anymore. So I decided to, yeah, that is a good song, decided to seek other help. So she ruled out that, everything's great with him, that I just have a really low supply. And so she was helping me with the pumping schedule to up it, and I tried that. It was going up a little bit, but I couldn't be too sure because he was nursing, she was nursing, and every time I would pump, I would just get a couple mLs. And so another counselor with lactation, she was telling me, a normal put out after you have breastfed a baby is just like 10 mLs. If you're getting that, then you must be, nursing correctly. So then I just kind of still felt like it wasn't where it needed to be. So my consultant suggested, and my doctor suggested, that I take this prescription called Reglan to help with the lactation. So they give this to people, give to women who can't lactate or need help with lactation, and I took it, and it was helping, and tons of pumping. Like I had to pump 8 to 9 times a day. And with him being a newborn and Janess being a toddler, it was starting to get really, really hard. And so another side effect of the Reglan is that you get really irritable. And with my situation, just having a baby, having a toddler, healing from a C-section, I did not need to be irritable by any means. So I discontinued that. And I have a friend who had a daughter, and she was telling me that she just takes the fenugreek. Okay, go ahead, go get them, okay? That she takes the fenugreek 3 times a day. So I was like, let me take that. I had taken that before. You'd like to say hi?
Hi, everybody! We're outside!
So she was telling me that she had taken the fenugreek, and I had tried it once before, and I said, you know, I'm taking this prescription pill 3 times a day. I could take some natural 3 times a day. So I did that. My supply has increased, but it's not where I want it to be, and it's probably it's because that I'm not as strict with everything as I should be. Like, I definitely need to pump more. So I had started taking the fenugreek 3 times a day, and I pumped 3 times a day, but I was like, I need to up that. So I've been power pumping lately. I've been making sure I get my water. I have been eating oatmeal. I haven't eaten it recently, but because it's just easier to make like one meal for Janessa and I instead of making all these separate things. And I think I might try oatmeal again and see if that helps. But I have a game plan, and I'm going to execute it over the next couple of weeks and let you guys know how that is. And I also use lactation treats, and they have really, really helped. And just like when you're hungry, you need that extra little boost of energy, they really, really help. So, you know, my supply is not where I'd like it to be. When I pump, I usually get like 2.5 ounces, sometimes 3.5 ounces. It just depends. And I was using the pump that my insurance gave me, which is the Amita Purely Yours, I believe. Amita Purely Yours. And I'll insert some pictures of them. And then my sister-in-law had a baby last year, and she got a Medela pump through her insurance, and I think she only used it for 3 months. So I've been using that as well, and I kind of like toddle between both of them. And it's hard because I haven't found like attachments that work very well. Like, they're either too small or they're way too big, and so I'm still like trying to find the attachments that the breast shields that work good. Because one thing that the lactation, okay, go ahead, the Lactation Consultant Express, if they're too small, that makes your supply go down, you know, but obviously if they're too big, that's going to hurt your breast. So it's just trial and error. And with Janessa, I had the same problem. It took a longer time for me to build up my supply, but it did. And so I'm just trying to work at it and be consistent, because I haven't been consistent, and I think that's what the problem has been. But he exclusively breastfeeds, and he gets about 3 to 4 bottles of formula a day. It depends on, some days he gets just 2. It just depends on the day, because sometimes I just make more. I don't know what it is, what I did differently during the day, or what I'm eating or not eating, or drinking or not drinking. But I have my game plan, and I'm going to try it out, and then I'll come back and do an update on that. But it's just, I don't know, it's frustrating. And a friend had expressed to me, she's like, you're just stressing yourself out too much. And that really could be it, you know, like both times with Janessa and Jackson, I was just stressed out from having that C-section. So now that I'm more healed, and I'm kind of, you know, I know what to expect, I think my supply is coming up, you know. And I mean, I'm putting too much emphasis on, oh my gosh, I'm giving him formula sometimes, instead of my baby's healthy, he's fed, and I'm working on it, and one day, you know, he won't have to have the supplementation, and I can still give it to him, and I'm giving it to his sister, and they're healthy and they're happy. And that's all I can think of right now to update, but I'm still working on it, and I'll come back in a couple of weeks and let you know how my new schedule's going. Try this new pumping schedule. I'm gonna try to power pump 3 times a day, along with my 3 times that I'm already doing. And then I have been letting him nurse, then I supplement with what I've pumped, and then if he's still hungry, I supplement with formula. And then after all that's done, I pump, and then I let Janess drink as well, and that seems to have helped it a lot. And I'm also gonna kind of introduce some like lactation smoothies with the lactation treats and kind of see how that goes. So I'll check back in a couple weeks, but other than that, you know, everything's going good, and now we're kind of getting into a routine slowly but surely. Yeah. That's it. But I will see you in the next one in a couple of weeks. If you like this and want to see more of my breastfeeding journey, thumbs up this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.